Well, the new school year is fast approaching, and one high school is setting itself apart by providing an individualized education approach for students. Dennis is here. He's back to tell us more about Premier High School. Thanks for joining us, Dennis.
Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
I can't believe it's time to talk about back to school.
Yeah,
I know, right? Everybody gets to freaking out.
Yeah.
I always say after 4th of July holiday, it seems like it's all downhill from there.
Yes,
Man,
that is
isn't it?
very true for educators. Yes, because you all have like a very small window, and then it's back to business.
Yeah.
It is.
For people who may not be familiar, tell us about Premier High Schools.
So Premier High School, it's an open enrollment public charter high school. We have an innovative approach. We try to provide students with a personalized learning plan. And so students are not necessarily competing with everybody else in their class, but we're working towards their individual strengths and weaknesses. And we try to target students who are not looking for a big high school, something smaller, something a little bit more customized, something that feels a little bit more like a community school.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about locations, because you have one here in NWA and one in the River Valley. Is that correct?
We do. So we have our Fort Smith location. We were excited. We graduated 22 kids this past May.
That's great.
It was probably over 400 people in attendance.
Wow.
Very exciting year there and the work that we're doing in Fort Smith. And then Springdale, we had our second graduating class this year. Graduated about 25 students here, and I'm actually excited. We're working to try to hopefully expand to even Fayetteville next year. And open a Premier High School in Fayetteville to keep just spreading our mission and vision.
I think that you talked about the class size there, right? Graduating 22 and 25. That kind of speaks to that individualized experience, right? Because that's not an enormous graduating class. It's you're able to customize your approach with a small student body like that.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's, in some of these communities, high schools are pretty large.
Yeah.
And at our Premier High School, all the staff members know all the students' name, and all of our parents know the administrators, and the administrators know all of our parents. And so it gives you that small community school feeling. And then because we are small, we always say small but mighty, we're able to really dive deep into individual interests and individual students. And so whether it's a student that, hey, I want to get called back up and just to get back on track to get a high school diploma, or if it's a student that says, hey, you know what, I like the flexibility in the day, and I want to start pursuing the industry-based certification, get into like medical professions, welding, things of that nature.
Okay.
Right.
So Premier High School, so 9 through 12th grades?
It is grades 9 through 12.
Okay.
When is your first day of school? I know it might be different. I know it's coming up soon. It's next month, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of a late start this year, August 21st.
Okay.
And so I guess tomorrow, right? It's almost a 30-day the month countdown.
Look out.
And we're excited. We have enrollment fairs that are coming up in our communities as well. And so in Fort Smith, we're going to have enrollment fair on August the 10th. Okay. And so in Springdale, we're going to have enrollment fair on August the 5th. And our doors are always open for families and students and anybody in the community that's want to learn more about Premier High School.
Yeah. I hear a lot of times there's obviously public schools, there's private schools, there's charter schools. What's the difference in your charter school and a traditional school district?
So we are public free. We're tuition free. So we're a public school. But we think our mission and vision, we're not trying to be the big high school across town. We're not trying to replicate what any traditional high school is doing, but we are trying to provide a personalized learning approach where we're working with each individual student. And then we're also trying to make sure that, yes, we know we're charged with getting a student a high school diploma, but what's next? And so how can we get them in some kind of pathway or working on some kind of certification? That way when they leave high school, they can start making money immediately.
Sure, yeah, that's so important. And what about your traditional classes? Do people come into class? Do they do classes online? How does that work? What does that look like?
These locations in Springdale and Fort Smith, they are. You come in person. We have I'll say warm and cool facilities. We have good Wi-Fi. We have technology. And I think what sets it apart is the staff. The people that work in Premiers are amazing people. It's usually driven through passion, driven through their interests and wanting to make a difference and change that trajectory for our students.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That totally makes sense.
Remind us of those enrollment fairs that are coming up for Springdale and Fort Smith.
Okay, Fort Smith, it'll be August 10th, and in Springdale, it'll be August 5th.
Okay, so make sure you save the dates for that. And then I think we've got some information up if you want to learn more about Premier High Schools. There are the locations, the addresses, also the website if you want to learn more about Premier High Schools.
Yeah.
30-day countdown to the first day of class. How you feeling, Dennis?
I'm excited. It's kind of like I always use sports analogy. It's off season for me in the summer, so I get really pumped up the more and more we get towards the first day of school, even though people like me work all year round. So it's exciting to see all the kids come back,
students come back,
see all the staff come back and really get back to the work. So looking forward to another exciting year.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Dennis, thank you so much for
Dennis.
joining us.
Thank y'all.
Absolutely, yeah.